everybody. As you can see,
this episode's going to be a little different.
Just a little bit. We're in black and white. That's chill. This is the Halloween special. As you see on the table, we have a unsolved case file. Some real cold case type shit. And we're going to solve this. Where are you at? That's a nice one, mate. Have you seen that video of that thing that NASCAR
Yeah.
Like the invisible like methanol fire.
Yeah,
and,
it's
all of them are jumping around like fucking like they're
it's some
fire,
form,
but you just can't see.
It's some form of gas, that you just can't see when it's lit. It's crazy.
That shit's crazy.
Let's try this again.
All right, everybody.
This is the Halloween special. Cheers to it. We're
Cheers.
gonna solve a murder tonight.
Episode 8. Nope, 7. Fuck. Oh, I should have grabbed a chaser. I'm grabbing one right now.
Just took a shot all alone. It's so rude. My tie is now soaked. It's okay, but now I can look more detective-y, as you can see. I'm weathered. I've been here all night trying to solve this murder. Haven't even opened the case file yet. That's how hard this is.
Facts. Been gathering this evidence on our own.
For real.
Definitely not from the unsolvedcasefiles.com website. Definitely not. And for everybody who's going to comment, if anybody even cares enough, that, they already opened this and looked at it. Clint has not seen this one
yes, I swear I have not seen this. Michael.
I did this one in the past, but the person that I was with basically did it, and I was baked out of my mind. I don't remember shit about it.
And I'll probably just be reading most of the things anyway, so these are interesting to me. That's why they gave it to me in the first place.
Yeah.
I liked it, so.
It's a cool little thing.
It is. They're very cool. So
game.
if anybody wants them, I mean, obviously just go to this website, I suppose.
Yeah.
I don't know. You can get them on Amazon too, I think.
Yeah, you could get them basically. You could get them at Walmart.
Get them at Walmart. Yeah, go to Walmart, get some. I bet you can get this exact one.
And even the white, trashiest, stinkiest little towns have a Walmart.
Exactly.
Always.
We have a Walmart. It's the only place we have.
Yep.
I heard we're supposed to get a new grocery store, though, with that new
you
development.
know your town sucks when you're saying shit like, dude, I heard we're supposed to get a new grocery store.
You know what? You know what I said that made we were gaming with Bill last night, and it made him laugh when I was like, dude, I might go to Helena on Monday when Michael's at work and go to Taco John's. And he was like, just for Taco John's? I was like, yes, because this town sucks that we don't even have a Taco John's anymore.
Dude, me and Chasey have gone to fucking Helena for Panda Express before.
See, I used to go to Taco John's, Helena just for Taco John's all the time. It's so good. One time I got sent over there for work, and I got sent over an hour or two before I actually had to deliver this thing. So I just went to Taco John's, got a buttload of food, sat like a block away from where I was supposed to deliver to, and just ate, watched videos, and then went and delivered.
Yep.
Went back to Taco John's, got some the studs.
Yeah.
For the road.
Some potato olays.
Yeah, the olays. Got those for the road back and just left. It was nice.
Yeah.
I think that's the last time I was there, too, so it's been a while. All right, though. Did you take your shot?
I did.
Nice. All right.
Way better than the New Amsterdam.
I think we can start this thing.
All right.
Is this, angled?
It's angled.
Okay, it's angled perfectly, so I can, move it and stuff like this?
Yep. Okay. First things first,
so
I say we read the newspaper clipping.
Yeah, see, I don't remember how these work. I'm going to just pull all the... I'm not going to do these or anything. Just going to pull all these out. We're going to read the newspaper clippings.
Okay. This one's the initial headline. I'll read this.
You read that really quick.
A 28-year-old woman was killed last night in an altercation that took place in the parking lot behind Tully's restaurant around 9:30 p.m. It'd be cool if you had a little notepad to take this shit down with.
I could get a notepad.
Go get a notepad to take this shit down with. Pardon the interruption, guys. We're trying to make this as realistic as we possibly can. Throughout the course of this podcast, I'm not going to lie, we're probably going to get unbelievably drunk. And the reason for that being is that me and Clint have done one of these before, and we solved that shit in like 20 minutes. Yep. Make sure when you're taking down the notes, you do it in like that, like.
Yeah.
Way too. Perfect. Okay.
Hold on. So Tully's Restaurant, 9:30.
A
right?
28-year-old woman was killed last night in an altercation that took place in the parking lot behind Tully's Restaurant around 9:30 p.m. Police have identified the victim as local child psychologist Harmony Ashcroft. Miss Ashcroft was attending the rehearsal dinner for her wedding to Christian Peterson, which was scheduled for today at St. Michael's Church. Police investigators have determined her death to be the result of a blunt force impact to the head. According to Detective Jack Stason with the Riverdale Police Department, quote, the injuries are consistent with a face-to-face physical altercation with another person. We've ruled out accidental causes and have launched a full homicide investigation. The victim's body was discovered by a member of the waitstaff while taking out the garbage. He rushed inside to inform the wedding party, resulting in a massive panic as about 30 people rushed towards the back parking lot to help the victim. Eyewitnesses report several members of the party attempted to provide medical attention and administer CPR, but it was clear that they were too late. According to reports, Ashcroft and Peterson left the restaurant to get some gifts out of the car and never returned. Peterson was apprehended by police at his residence at around 10 p.m. Peterson claims he drove home for forgotten presents and left Harmony alone in the parking lot where someone else must have attacked her. When reached for comment, the fiancé said, "This is a nightmare. Harmony is the love of my life, and I had nothing to do with it. I'm cooperating with the police, and we're going to find the real killer, and they're going to pay." Ashcroft's friend, Jenny Rogers, added, "I can't imagine who could have wanted to break everyone's heart like that. She was truly special." Local ties. Ashcroft was a native to Riverdale, having been born and raised in the area. She attended Riverdale Elementary School and Howard Taft Junior High School. At Riverdale High, Ashcroft was a star athlete on the softball team. As the catcher, she led the team to the Indiana High School Girls Softball Championship in both her junior and senior years. In addition to her athletic achievements, Ashcroft was a great student, maintaining a 3.95 grade point average throughout her years at Riverdale High. She made honor roll for her for her final quarters of attendance. Class members recall the young Ashcroft as a bright, warm girl who would happily put the needs of others above her own. Everybody loved Harmony, says classmate Gina Spears. She had a sweet way about her and made it impossible to even get upset at her. She was amazingly smart, but humble about it. After graduating third in her class at Riverdale High, Ashcroft continued her legacy of academic excellence and athletic greatness at the University of Chicago on a full athletic scholarship. How about that? As a psychology major at the University of Chicago, Harmony developed a keen interest in ways to help children develop. Those close to her insist that the seeds of such an interest were planted early in her childhood. As the oldest of 4 kids, she was amazingly skilled at helping her brothers and sisters. According to friend Jenny Rogers, it seemed like that kind of career she was destined to have from a young age. What do you got? Give me your notes.
Very good reading.
Thank you.
I got notes that I can't read, but I got a lot of notes. So we're good there.
Perfect. Okay, Clint, take yours.
Property for sale.
Oh,
$100
shit.
will buy you. No, I know.
Oh, dude. We could have bought that.
Bones McBride arrested for murder of Harmony Ashcroft. Ashcroft, obviously.
Say Ashcroft.
Ashcroft. Abraham Grove.
Abraham.
Oh
my fucking. Oh, dude.
Abraham. The only Abraham I know is Lincoln. That's Abraham.
What about Abraham?
Abraham.
What about Abraham from The Walking Dead?
Never watched The Walking Dead, so that's not relevant to me.
Drop some hate in the comments for Clint. Thank you, everybody.
From what I heard, The Walking Dead did not go well after a while, so I'm good.
Up until season
With the
6,
hate.
it was good.
Up until
Seasons
season
1 through
6.
5.
See, that's what makes a show horrible. Oh, once you get to season 6, it's actually pretty bad.
No, I get it. That's why I never gave Game of Thrones a chance, because I hear they fuck it up.
I've
in
never
season
watched
7.
Game of Thrones either, just because of that. Because I've heard they fucked it up at the end, and I'm like, I can't have a bad ending.
Don't make a thing
All
about
right,
a book
but
if
anyway.
the books aren't finished.
Bones McBride arrested for murder of Harmony Ashcroft.
Bones McBride.
Bones McBride. Riverdale. A 24-year-old man, William Bones McBride, has been arrested for the murder of local child psychologist Harmony Ashcroft. According to law enforcement authorities, the assault took place after a demand for money and a brief struggle with the victim. It also appeared that the victim's engagement ring was taken during the course of the violent encounter.
Okay.
Ooh. It appeared that the assailant's motive for the attack was monetary. McBride has a long history of petty crime in Riverdale, and all-out evidence indicates that he was trying to get money and or valuables from the victim and struck her in the face with a blow so powerful it caved in her skull. He was then able to easily take the victim's engagement ring from her, then flee on foot, said the police chief, Brock Inman. He adds, "This is a scenario we've been seeing more and more across the country wherever you go. Of course, it's more common in large urban areas, but even a small community like Riverdale is not fully immune to such things. Our hope is that by catching this killer, we put him behind bars. It sends a message to the next guy and keeps our citizens safe." And I believe this is a little... Oh, no, this is just continuing it. I thought this was about William. Sorry. About 30 minutes after the time of the murder, McBride was found in Grant Park with Harmony Ashcroft's ring in his possession.
Ooh.
According to the police, McBride offered no explanation for how he got the ring.
Okay.
After a detailed assessment of all suspects, witnesses, and evidence available, it became clear that we had identified the assailant. He was found with the victim's engagement ring in his hand 30 minutes after the murder. I mean, it's pretty obvious, said Police Chief Inman. The police chief goes on to say, as tragic as these kinds of situations are, at least identifying the assailant and seeing him brought to justice gives family and friends an opportunity for closure. McBride is a lifelong resident of Riverdale. He spent his early years as a day laborer for Eagle Temps. He has also been briefly employed as a janitor in Ralph's Cafe and as a driver for Rusty's Pizza. When he asked for comment, McBride denied any involvement in the murder. Ashcroft was also a native to Riverdale. She attended Riverdale Elementary School, Howard Taft Junior High School, and graduated third in her class from Riverdale High School in 1990.
Third.
She
could have done a little better.
In 1990. She could have done better. That might have been why she was murdered.
Honestly.
She could have done better.
Yep.
I mean, this guy McBride is sus, but I mean that seems like pretty obvious, does it not?
I mean,
and let's see. We got this map right here. He was found with the victim's engagement ring. I'm trying to find where he was.
He was at the park, I'm pretty sure. Grant Park,
yes.
Right?
Yes. And that's
Rambo's Bar.
That's where the murder happened.
That's where he was before. At
so
Rambo's.
My question is, how long does it take to get from Tully's Bar to
well,
Grant Park?
Here,
where
you have a
was
little
found?
scale right here.
Oh, we do.
2 miles. So we could roughly say that from here, from Rambo's Bar to Tully's is 1 mile. Let's just say.
About. Maybe a little.
On average.
A little over a mile, maybe, but about there.
Let's do the classic finger management.
If you straight shoot it.
Yeah. Okay. And then let's say that Tully's and Grant Park are approximately, let's say maybe 1.5 miles away. It's not a long way to go.
No.
That's not a long way to go.
He definitely could have made that jaunt.
But in my opinion, this is how I'm looking at it personally.
Isn't it weird she got killed the night
Of
before her wedding?
Exactly. The night of their
The last
party,
person who
right?
theoretically, like for sure 100% saw her alive if Bones McBride didn't do it, because I don't think he did it, because this is the first suspect. Everybody's seen Law and Order SVU.
My question here. Yes. Sorry. Go ahead.
It's never the first guy they give you.
Exactly.
There's still an hour long left in the episode.
Exactly. We just started this episode.
Yeah.
We just read the first two things
Exactly.
it's given us. There's no way
It's
this
not
is the
Bones.
end. That's too
Free
obvious.
my man Bones.
My question might be, I believe it could be the soon-to-be husband. And my thing is, he could have found McBride maybe wandering on the street.
Who probably bought that engagement ring?
Like, sold the engagement ring to him or just gave it to him. Said, here, you can have
Well,
this.
he said he was at Rambo's bar. He was obviously fucked up.
You don't go to a bar and not get fucked up,
Especially
right?
if you're some fucking, like, homeless guy.
Yeah, and I mean, this guy has a history of being in situations,
Okay.
I'll say.
Yeah, okay. So, I'm thinking it's not the obvious guy.
Let's take a look at the
'Cause we
autopsy
can-
report.
Yeah, let's look at the autopsy. All right. So, we got, she was hit in the skull. To me,
So hard that it caved her skull in fact.
like, okay. I'm putting my mind in the eyes of the criminal, okay? This seems like a crime of passion. So hard that it fucking indented her, like fucking caved her head in.
If you were just
Yo,
trying to steal for her engagement
you're
ring, wouldn't you just try to
a
knock
big
her
ass
out?
dude like Bones McBride, ain't no reason you need to put that much force. Like I feel like you're not trying to kill her. Even if you're drunk, you've done this before, he's in this spot.
Yeah,
you know?
he's never
Like,
been in for murder.
Exactly, right? I'm thinking the most he'd do is just forcefully take whatever he's trying to get.
Exactly.
And he wouldn't have to kill her. This, to me, seems like a crime of passion. I'm not going to lie.
If she was alone and didn't recognize the victim, she wouldn't have been close enough for him to, unless he had a bat or
'Cause
something, to
it
hit
says
her in
here,
the head.
victim was killed by a single strike to the head inflicted by a hand or blunt object.
Have
The
they
force
found
and
a blunt
angle of
object?
impact indicate the murderer would need to be a left-handed or ambidextrous man or woman of considerable strength and height. I'm not gonna lie, it's not looking good for my man Bones.
Did it say he was left-handed? Yes.
Did it say he was
I
left?
don't fucking remember.
I don't know. We'll find out.
I don't think it did.
It'll say here.
It probably wouldn't in that.
It'll say here and all that. That's
all
the
the
husband.
files.
Look at the husband. Doesn't he look like somebody who'd murder his
See-
wife? Chat. Look at this guy.
There's no chat. There's comments.
This guy, I don't know who he is, but he
Hold
might have
on.
done that
Let's-
shit.
let's
Okay, there's a lot of suspects
Derek
actually.
Silvers. And there was one more.
This is R.I.P.
Rip.
R.I.P.
Oh, there wasn't one more.
I wonder
What's
what it's
wrong?
like being a model for the being like a fake dead girl.
Investigative
Bet that's
officer,
true.
coroner, further action, no. By the coroner. Dr. Tom Eliason. Keep that name.
Okay. What else is there?
Hold on, I'm keeping all those names down
Here,
really quick.
Look at that. Okay. This is a phone call record log. That'll be important for sure. This is the oh shit.
I don't think that has any importance, but I'm writing it down.
This
in
is a
case.
temporary order of custody.
From who?
I don't know. That'll be important later, probably. Yeah, take a look at that. This is the case file inventory list. This is everything that we're supposed to have with this. I think we got everything, low key.
The witness's name is blacked out here, probably for protection. But we need that witness's name.
Ooh, see if this looks at it.
Ooh. Is this what this tool is?
I don't know.
No.
Oh.
Just a magnifying
That'd
glass,
be
I think.
so
That'd be
sick.
so sick. So we got to find out this witness's name.
Okay. Next. Okay. Objective 1. So really quick, we should have looked at this first. Our first objective is to prove that Bones is innocent.
Oh, so okay.
So he is innocent.
I mean, I guess, yeah, we should have just looked at that.
Yeah.
So Bones is innocent. So that's kind of what we figured anyway.
Okay.
Here's his case file.
Let's look at Bones first.
Yeah. We got to prove that this man is innocent. I believe that he just got sold the ring or given the ring and was caught in the wrong time. He didn't know that the ring was just involved in a murder.
Oh, you know what would be perfect for this? Bulletin board.
Oh, maybe.
For future preference. Next Halloween, we will have bulletin board and red yarn.
Yes.
Stay tuned.
Yes, like the red wires and stuff.
Okay,
Yeah.
everybody look at Bones. Shout out my man. Free my man.
Take a good look.
Okay. William McBride. These are his fingerprints. Okay, it'll tell us here if he's left-handed. Okay, it won't tell us there if he's left-handed. Okay, he is left-handed. This is not looking good
This
for
is
Bones.
not
This
great.
is not looking good for Bones.
Or ambidextrous. So keep that in mind.
Look what he wrote for his car information.
Don't own a car.
Shout out Bones. We all struggle sometimes. Okay, this is his individual statement. Are you ready?
Yes.
Get that little notepad out, brother. Okay. I was at Rambo's bar until right after 9 p.m. From there, I went to Grant Park to get some rest and fell asleep. The next thing I remember is being surrounded by 20 officers shining lights in my eyes. Someone put a ring in my hand while I was sleeping, or one of the police put it on me. That's his defense. I believe Bones. That seems like reasonable.
He was asleep.
Individuals who can confirm your whereabouts at the date and time of the incident. His phone number, I don't know. Okay.
Let me see.
There's that. This is the evidence property custody document. The diamond engagement ring. It was a platinum and diamond ring. Damn, this shit must have been expensive. Ooh, Clint, listen to this. The engraving on the engagement ring, till death do we part. This is not looking
Basic
good for my man. What's his name? Christian. Not looking good. I got my eyes on him, I'm not going to lie. This is just who it was released by. That'll be important later, I'm sure. Take his fingerprints. Move my shot glass out of the fucking way. Okay, this is the witness statement form. Is that the actual...
This is the interview.
Okay, bet. Let's read that. Okay, you'll be Bones. I'll be the detective. Okay?
All right.
Please state your name for the record.
William McBride. Go by Bones.
Bones, look. Looks like you've got some explaining to do.
Look, I know it looks crazy, me with that dang ring in my hand, but you gotta believe me. I never seen that thing before in my...
We'll get to the ring. Let's start with what you were doing sleeping in the park. How did you wind up there?
Well, I was at Rambo's, and let's just say that didn't work out for me. I was escorted out, and I needed a place to sleep. The bench on Grants Park ain't exactly 4-star accommodations, but it'll do.
What happened to Rambo's?
I missed the last call for happy hour, so that put a dent in my plans. I go to JT, the bartender. Hell of a good guy. Usually, I'm like, Come on, cut me some slack. Please. Please. I've been trying to get your attention for the last 10 minutes. As many times as I've been there, he still don't budge. He calls the bouncer on me, and I'm like, okay, I'll just see if I can scrape together a little money. Come back and finish the night off with a few more drinks. But I didn't make it. I started walking around and realized I was messed up. So I just headed to Grant Park and laid down to get some rest.
Do you remember what time this happened?
I do not know. 9, maybe 9:15.
Then?
Next thing you know, I'm getting a wake-up call from Riverdale's finest. I guess I had a ring in my hand. I remember it being there, but I swear to you, I don't know how it got there. You need to investigate that officer. It must have been him.
Is that a common thing for you? Waking up with items in your possession without having any idea how they got there?
Let's just say my drinking is a common thing, but killing somebody like that lady, that's not my style. Please, you gotta believe me. Look, I've been in the joint before. If they lock me up for killing that pretty lady, I won't last more than a week in there.
Is it possible that you stole that ring?
You mean from the lady? Look, I told you, I'm no Boy Scout, but violence isn't my thing.
I'll level with you, Bones. Doesn't look good for you. You were kicked out of the bar at 9. At 10, the police picked you up with her ring in your hand. That's plenty of time to leave the bar, walk over to Tully's to rob this girl, and take the ring.
I wouldn't do that.
Look, I know you didn't mean to kill her. What happened? You get into a little scuffle, and there was an accident?
No, not at all. That's a lie. I've never met that girl in my life, and that's the honest truth.
As soon as you start telling me the truth, that's when things are going to get better for you. It was an accident. I get it. Work with us, and we can get this down to involuntary manslaughter. We'll be out in 18 months with good behavior, but only if you cooperate with us right now. You're looking at life behind bars, McBride.
It wasn't me. Period. Look, do I get a lawyer or something?
The lawyer's not here yet.
I suppose I shouldn't talk until they get here.
You don't have to talk at all if you don't want.
Okay, look, I told you. I don't know how the ring got there. You believe me, right?
Bones, you seem like a charming guy. I know you've gotten used to charming change out of the good folks here in Riverdale. But this is a pretty rough bind you're in, and you're going to need more than a little charm to get out of it. I'm sure we'll have more questions for you later. We'll be in touch.
Interesting.
Okay.
Well, let's take
I believe Bones.
Keep looking into the mud.
Okay. I'm thinking next we'll look at this. I'll read this witness statement form. Guys, here in like 2 seconds, you're going to hear the sound of a dog running inside. Just like that. Here is the dog right here. You can see her on camera, I think. That is Stitch. She is the FRiED mascot. Sorry for any listeners who can't see the dog. I will try my best to describe her right now.
Stay, please. Dude.
Stitch might be acting up for the next few minutes, and you might hear the clanking of her claws on this hardwood floor.
She'll chill out in a minute.
I've decided I am talking
Dude.
in this voice for the rest of the podcast.
That's up to you.
Okay. I'm going to read Bones' witness statement form. This is from Wally Bryson at the he is the bouncer at
Yes.
what's Rambo's? Yeah,
Rambo's bar.
Okay. I confirm William Bones McBride was removed from my bar at 9 p.m. on May 8th, 1998. This takes place in 1998. So I guess we're 1998 detectives. Shout out.
Or we're just really late to this party.
Super late.
Yep.
This is a man I have seen on a number of occasions at my place of employment, Rambo's Bar. Bones is a regular customer there. I would describe him as a nice guy. He is well liked by the staff and the other patrons. On a few occasions, we'd have to warn him not to panhandle in front of the bar, but apart from that, he's usually fine. He's even charmed his way into a few free beers. That's the kind of guy he is. I remember seeing him last night on the 8th. It was a Friday, and he came in smiling as usual. I mean, if you just let her chill there, she might just chill.
I want her to hit the camera. Dude. Go.
Stitch. Come on. Come on, Stitch. Come on. Go this way.
Dude.
Stitch. Chill. Stitch. Stitch. Chill. Right there.
I'll put you back outside, Stitch. Stop.
Okay. I remember seeing him last night on the 8th. It was a Friday, and he came in, smiling as usual. But I also remember an argument that took place right at 9 p.m., the end of happy hour. Bones missed the last call for free happy hour drinks and was upset because he was broke and he was yelling at the bartender for ignoring him. The bartender signaled for me to escort him out, so I did. By then, things had calmed down and Bones was on his way out, ready to leave on his own. He said something like, "I'll just go get me some money and be back in an hour." Ooh, it's not looking good. As Bones left, me and JT, the bartender, looked at each other and smiled. We expected him to go out front to the bar and panhandle like he had done in the past, but he didn't. He walked out the door and kept walking. I figured he had some other way of finding some money. Next is the witness statement form from Officer Kent Grayson. I think the arresting officer at that time that he was at the park. Okay. The suspect was an individual we've had many prior encounters with. His name is William McBride. He is known as Bones. McBride had been spotted many times before sleeping in Grant Park or in various public spaces around town. His priors consisted mainly of public drinking and disturbing the peace. It was 10 o'clock when I approached the suspect with the intention of waking him up and telling him to move along. But when I saw something unusual in his hand, I immediately contacted my captain at the station. He told me to place the suspect under arrest for murder while he called for backup. We had been aware that a murder had taken place that night and that a suspect was at large. By the time Mr. McBride had woken up, the backup had arrived. He seemed quite disoriented. He was then told that he was under arrest for the murder of Harmony Ashcroft. At the time, the suspect became belligerent and uncooperative. He repeatedly screamed that he was innocent and he didn't know where the ring came from.
Interesting.
I don't like Officer Kent Grayson. I think he's a racist fucking pig.
I don't like this officer either.
I don't trust anybody named Kent. What's that even short for?
Nothing.
Kentrell?
I think it's just Kent.
Yeah, I feel like Kentrell's a black name. So maybe he's not racist.
Where'd that piece of paper go? There was a piece. Oh, I wrote it down. See, that's why I wrote it down, because I knew I'd lose that piece of paper. What was his name?
Officer Kent Grayson.
Okay.
Okay. What else do we got for this? That, I believe, is everything for witness statement on that.
All right.
Okay. So we are looking for something to prove that Bones is innocent. Yeah, as of right now.
Should we look at our first suspect, which would be
Christian.
the soon-to-be husband?
Yep.
Thank you. This guy looks like he'd murder his fiance.
Dude, he does. Look at those cold fucking eyes. It's like, bro, your wife just got murdered, you know?
All right. I'm going to read his statement in 1 second after I read through his, all this stuff. I won't read it out. If anybody wants to read this lame part right here, you can. I'll read this.
Well, it says he's also left-handed.
Yes.
So.
He is also left-handed.
Okay.
Born in Chicago.
Let's look at what he drives.
He's suspicious.
Let's look at what he drives. I feel
Audi.
like that'll be important. He drives an Audi A4 with the license plate 23 A7 353. Okay. He also drives a Land Rover that is 83B 73 6'5". The Audi is silver, and the Land Rover is white. I feel like that'll be important.
All right.
Okay. His witness statement. Not witness
That's
statement,
individual.
individual statement. Harmony and I went to the parking lot to check the Land Rover for my parents' presents, but they weren't there. So I drove home to get the presents and left Harmony in the parking lot to return to the party. She was 50 feet away from the door when I left. Police apprehended me at my home when I was picking up the presents. Okay. And the only people
Hold
who can
on.
confirm his whereabouts at the time and date of the incident is Jenny
Hold on.
Rogers. I feel like he's fucking this Jenny Rogers lady.
Did
I bet he's fucking Jenny Rogers.
my question is
her friend.
So his fiance is at this party, right?
Yo,
And the last time he saw him, she was 50 feet behind him.
from the door, 50 feet from the door.
He then proceeds to go all the way home,
Yeah, let's look at
picking
that map.
up presents.
Let's look at the
before,
map.
Like, he doesn't report that his fiance isn't there. He's not
Oh,
suspicious.
holy shit. Look at how far away it is. Harmony and Christian's home.
Yeah, that's far.
So I'm thinking
So he went all the way from there to there without even thinking
By-
about
what
where
time
his
is that?
fiance was.
9:30. Time of incident, 9:30. Okay. And that was at 9 o'clock. I'm thinking it had to have happened right before he left.
That's what I'm thinking.
Like in terms of like getting there and like being like there, like getting in the house looking for the presents.
He must have had to rush home
Had to have.
after.
Had to have.
Because, yeah, that's the one suspicious thing to me is, like, why didn't he not notice where his fiance was? Wouldn't you want to go home with your fiance? He just went home without her.
Okay. We are going to read the
Police interview.
Yep. Okay, you're gonna do Christian Peterson and you're gonna do your best I might have killed my wife white guy voice. So kind of just like Ben Affleck.
I got this.
Okay. Please state your name for the record.
Christian Corey Peterson.
How'd you know Harmony Ashcroft, Christian?
She's my fiance. We're supposed to get married tomorrow morning.
I know this is difficult, but can you tell me about where you were when you learned about Harmony's death?
I was in my house when the police came storming through the front door. There must have been 20 of them. I didn't really know what the heck was happening, to be honest. I thought it was some kind of joke until one of them tackled me and slammed my face against the floor. They thought I killed her. It wasn't me. Obviously, it wasn't me. What other leads do you have? I know 2 or 3 people you need to talk to.
Let's back up a little to the argument. Do I need to remind you?
Yes, Harmony and I had a little disagreement over what happened to the
Ooh.
presents for my parents.
Was this a common thing? The two of you getting into fights?
I wouldn't call it a fight. It was just a disagreement. That's all.
You didn't answer my question. Was this a common thing?
No. And I don't think,
You don't have issues with your temper?
no, I don't.
You ever hit Harmony?
Never.
For a guy with no anger issues, you seem pretty hot under the collar.
My fiance is dead. I was supposed to get married tomorrow, and now I'm sitting in this room with you. Why are you questioning me? We're wasting time. You think it just get in an argument with her in front of both of our families and then take her out back and kill her?
So who did?
Ratliff, the guy at the clinic, he'd been stalking her. Why are you not grilling him like this?
Interesting.
Or maybe that psycho Navy guy who lost his kid. I don't know his name, but he blames Harmony for losing custody over his kid. He was a deadbeat, but I told her not to testify. It was too risky, but she didn't care.
Had you ever met either of these guys?
No, but Harmony painted a pretty good picture for me. She talked about how the one guy was stalking her, calling the clinic, coming down, making threats, and the other guy with the son, he's a psychopath. He has PTSD or something probably. I can't believe I did that.
I'm sorry.
I should have done more to protect her. I knew that guy was stalking her, but we just thought after a while he'll run out of energy. I should have done more. I should have never let her stay there on her own, like, especially knowing some creep was after her. I swear, she was like 50 feet from the door when I left. Were there footprints? Do you know where the killer came from?
How'd you describe your relationship to the victim?
Excuse me?
Would you describe it as healthy? Were you both happy?
She was everything.
What I'm asking is,
She was everything.
so there was no abuse, no control issues.
Abuse. Are you listening to me? Are you crazy? I wouldn't hurt her for anything. As for control, I just wanted Harmony to be Harmony. That's all. I didn't need to control her. She can't be controlled. I just wanted her to be who she was forever. I wanted us to grow old together. Till death do we part.
Till what?
Till death do we part. It's just a stupid thing we say to each other about the wedding, but now.
That'll be all, Christian. We'll be in touch. If there's anything you can think of that will help us, don't keep it to yourself, all right? Okay. This is the witness statement from Jenny Rogers, the lady that I think is fucking with Christian. There's supposed to be presents for Christian's parents, but I guess there was confusion over who had to bring them. Harmony was certain that she left them in the car, but Christian thought she left them at home. They weren't screaming, but they started getting snippy with each other in front of everybody, and it was kind of awkward. I think maybe the pressure of the wedding was getting to them. Getting married isn't easy. Christian had a look on his face that was kind of intense. His jaw was clenched, and his eyes were red with anger. They left the party together to see if the presents were in the car. You got the feeling that the argument probably continued outside as they left. When they left, you could hear a pin drop. Then her sister told a joke like, I could see Harmony inherited her memory from Mom. This lightened the mood up a little. People got back to normal until the busboy came running in saying Harmony was hurt in the parking lot, and we all rushed out at once. My initial reaction was absolute shock. Harmony's brother is in med school and started trying to do CPR or something, but we could see she was already dead. I'm still in shock. We told police Christian killed her, but nobody actually saw that happen, so it could have been someone else. Harmony told me a few weird guys at work, a stalker, and some deadbeat dad. You should check them out. Talk to her manager, Cheryl. I don't even know what to think right now. I don't trust this bitch, Jenny, bro. I'm going to keep that a buck right now. Straight
Indeed.
up. Like, actually. Do not trust this hoe whatsoever. What's all that?
This is the evidence within the evidence folder.
You're invited. I don't think this.
I think this is the Navy guy that they were talking about, maybe. I don't know.
Admiral Joseph Arthurson. Well, that's what this is about. That's what this custody order is about for sure. Because it said something about her having a case with him, right? Okay, so listen to this. This was filed by... Harmony. Like, Harmony got this guy's dad taken away. So listen to this. Okay. A petition was filed by Meredith Young Sivers seeking sole custody of Chester Sivers, born on September 10th, 1986, as a modification of this court's prior order entered on June 8th, 1995. The matter having come on for an emergency hearing before me on May 6, 1998, at which time the petitioner appeared with her assigned attorney, Lance J. Matthews, Esquire of Riverdale, Indiana, and a witness, bleep. The respondent appeared with Frank Alvanetti, Esquire of Riverdale, Indiana, and the subject child was represented by Brian R. Dunger, Esquire, law guardian. After taking testimony from the parties and witnesses and based upon the findings made by this court on the record at the conclusion of the hearing, it is hereby ordered that the petitioner, Meredith Young Sivers, is granted sole legal and residential custody of Chester Sivers pending further order of this court, and it is further ordered that the respondent, Derek J. Sivers, shall have no personal or other form of contact with the subject child, pending further order from the court. So that's that guy that was stalking, like
Yeah,
not stalking her, but making
yeah.
weird threats towards her at work.
Hold on.
Was Derek.
Where's the magnifier?
Because she got his kid taken away because he's a deadbeat dad or something. Oh, yeah. Like, check the license plate for
That's
that
what I'm
car.
doing.
Because when was this picture taken?
The night of.
At what time? 9:38. So this would have been after he was at his house. What's that license plate?
Can't tell.
Do you want me to look at it?
Yeah, give it a shot. Try looking at like the on ones. Silver or white is what we're looking for. So the 2 license plate numbers I know.
Does Derek's license plate end in 4435 at all?
4435.
Yeah.
There's one that ends in 353.
Nope. Find a witness that has the license plate 4435.
No, I got no other photos. But...
4435. That's the only license plates let's look at. He was there at 9:38. The incident happened at approximately 9:30.
4435.
Oh.
Andy Allen.
Andy Allen. Let's look at Andy Allen's witness statement.
Hold on, we gotta put Christians away so we don't mix them up. Hold on. Put this away so we don't mix them all
Yeah,
up.
facts. Okay. Here. We'll put this one. This is Danny McBride's. We don't really need that right now. Off to the side. Okay. So we'll put that right there. Christians. Okay. Oh.
Challenging.
Major break in the case 4435. We found a correct license plate outside the club that was taken at 9:38. This is the guy. Looks pretty fucking creepy, in my opinion. Okay.
This might have been the guy.
This is... Oh, he lied. I was at home fixing the brakes on my car all evening. I went to bed around 11 p.m., but at 2 a.m. I received a phone call from Deborah Ashcroft, Harmony's mother, and she explained to me that Harmony was murdered at the party. My neighbor Jason can confirm that I was fixing my car when the crime happened. 4435. That is the same license.
Hyundai.
That is a
Which
Hyundai.
one? That
this
one?
back one right there.
So you liar. You weren't fixing your car at the party.
Okay,
You
let's
were
look
at
at
the party
let's
at
look at his witness
9:38
statement right
PM.
quick. Let's look at his witness statement. Not witness. Oh yeah, witness statement form. This is from Chad Highsmith. I assume it's his neighbor. I've known Andy for about 3 years, and he's one of the nicest guys I've ever met. I've never seen him violent or angry. When I heard about the murder, I wasn't sure what to think. I remember being disturbed by the news and surprised that this kind of thing would happen randomly. It immediately reminded me of something my father, a career police officer, said to me when I was a child. He said most murders are really more about love than hate. At the time, I didn't understand what he meant by that, but as I have gotten older, I understand it more. Harmony's murder was a shock to everybody, even people like me who just knew her casually. She was so young and beautiful. I was aware of how close she and Andy were. I knew they had been close friends since childhood, Little League, I think, after her murder. I began to think about a few strange conversations I had with Andy. There was one occasion where we were joking about how hard it is to be just friends with a woman. At one point, he began staring off into the distance and said, "I guess it can work out as long as you never fall in love." I laughed, but he didn't. I didn't even have to ask who he was talking about. He talked about Harmony a lot. It was apparent that he had strong feelings for her. So this is her childhood best friend. No wonder she ain't fucking with this guy. Look at him.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like the one of those fish from SpongeBob.
Yeah. The only
bass
inconsistency
guy.
I'm finding is he is right-handed, but that's just his dominant hand. He may be ambidextrous. That's
Okay.
something we have to find out.
This is Jason Pete Griggs. This is actually his neighbor.
Okay. And he is individuals that can confirm his whereabouts this night.
I have only been living on Andy's block for a few months, so I can't say I've gotten to know him real well, but he seems like a nice guy, the kind of neighbor you wouldn't be afraid to invite over for a beer or something like that. Anyway, he came over to borrow a tool that Friday night right around 10 p.m. I know it was 10 because Dateline just ended. Andy asked for a torque. I think he said torque wrench to borrow. Told me he'd been fixing his brakes for the past few hours, which I don't doubt because he was kind of sweaty and out of breath. He's a big guy. We had a laugh about how these things always go. You spend hours on the job, then just as you're about to be done, that's when something breaks and you can't finish. I gave him the torque wrench and that was it. He seemed like a good guy. I told him to stop by anytime he wanted to work on cars or have a beer, but I haven't seen him again since then.
Yeah.
Okay, so it happened at 10 p.m. That gives him, let's look at the map.
Like 30 minutes.
That gives him Andy's house. What's his name? Andy, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Andy's house. That's Jason. Oh, yeah. So Andy's house is right there. That gives him 30 minutes to fucking haul dick back.
Look. He had plenty of time even to go to Tully's, cut through to Grant Park, plant the
drop
ring,
it, and then go to Jason
and then go to
Griggs.
his house.
Okay.
So all we need to prove right now is that he is ambidextrous. I think.
Let's read his thing. Okay,
And
you're Andy Allen.
Leaves him
Talk
as our
like
key
a
witness.
fat, nerdy guy who never has been able to land the girl of his dreams. And she's getting married tomorrow. Please state your name for the record.
Andrew James Allen. You could call me Andy. How can I help you with the case?
What do you do for a living, Andy?
I'm a paralegal at Wagner and Bellington Law Firm.
How'd you know the victim?
We're friends, best friends, since we were 6. She's like my sister.
How do you recall where you met?
How is this relevant? Look, I want to help, and I know you have to question everybody to be thorough, but come on. What does this have to do with anything? You're wasting time. You should be talking to Christian. He got in a big argument with Harmony in front of everybody and stormed out of the party with her right before she was...
We're questioning a number of people, Andy, and you happen to be one of them.
Why?
Let's go back to the question I asked you earlier.
This is crazy. I'm a friend, not a suspect. My best friend was murdered, and you have me locked up in this room. You're interrogating me.
Andy, I understand your agitation, but we have our reasons.
But you have the murderer already, don't you?
What makes you so sure about that?
Well, it sure as hell wasn't me. And have her jerk boyfriend, Christian, and the stalker guy Harmony was scared of. And then there's a homeless guy with her ring.
You seem awfully familiar with the details of the case.
I watched the news and talked to just about everybody that was there in the past 48 hours. My best friend was murdered. I'm curious. Does that make me a killer?
No, but the way you're talking to me right now seems a little suspicious.
You're right. I'm sorry about that. I'm a little on edge. Know what I mean?
Yes, I think I do, Mr. Allen.
I know you're just doing your job. Sorry, I want to help. How can I help?
You didn't intend the engagement party, did you, Andy?
No, I didn't.
Why not? I thought you were best friends since 6th grade.
6 years old. I was invited. I was planning to go, but had car trouble.
What kind of car trouble?
Brakes. They'd been acting up for a while, and I had new ones ready to put on, but just hadn't gotten around to it. Then on my way home from work on Friday, I almost got in an accident, and I knew that I couldn't go back on the road like that.
So you were planning to go to the party if it wasn't for your brakes?
That's right.
Were you planning to say anything to Harmony in private at the party?
What?
Are you in love with her?
Where are you going with this?
I'm just asking questions. What was your plan that evening?
I told you, I planned to go to the party.
To do what?
To wish her well. She was my best friend.
Did you have anything to tell her?
You talked to Chad. Is that what this is about? Look, I do love Harmony. I admit it. I love her since we played Little League 20 years ago. It's no secret that I love her. Everyone knows. Everyone knows that except her probably. But if that's a crime, you're going to have to lock up half the guys in our class at Riverdale High too.
Unfortunately, So you were nowhere near Tully's that evening.
Unfortunately, if I were there, I'm sure she'd still be alive today.
Wasn't this party kind of a big deal for Harmony?
What do you mean?
Rehearsal dinner, getting married. Seems like she'd really want you there.
Sure.
And yet, you didn't go.
Yeah, well, like I said, I had car trouble.
And you couldn't find another way to get there?
The car wasn't safe on the road, and I didn't want to ask for a ride.
A cab or a bus, something. You could have walked.
All right, you know what? I didn't really want to be here. I wanted to be there for her. I didn't really want to be there. I wanted to be there for her. But it hurt, you know. She's too good for him. So when my brakes didn't work, it was the excuse I needed to stay home and get busy with something else.
So you were fixing your car. All by yourself. Very convenient.
Ask Jason. He's my neighbor across the street. I had to borrow the wrench from him to finish the job. He'll confirm it. Ask him.
And you couldn't find a way to get to Tully's with so much to tell her?
I loved her. Do you understand that? I would never want to hurt her. She just didn't understand.
Didn't understand what?
She was making a huge mistake with that jerk. She can do much better.
Not anymore.
I'm done talking here.
I'm done with you too, Andy. I'll have someone take you home. Dude, this detective's
guy's
insane, bro.
And this
guy lied.
this Andy Allen guy.
Do you think that
lying
equates to enough evidence to
claim him innocent? No.
to claim Bones innocent?
I don't think so, but it claims that he's definitely suspicious because he has a mountain of evidence against what he's saying, but he has no evidence like involved at the murder. The only thing is he's lying because he was clearly at the party. That's his car right there.
Yeah, we can't really prove Bones is innocent right now.
Not yet. So how do we?
Let's take a look at Bones' case file again.
It's between, yeah, it's definitely this fucking guy. It's definitely sussy.
William Bones McBride, dude.
Who is the officer? Huh. Stason.
Give me the map again. Where's that at? Do I have the map? We lost the fucking map. No, I don't know where the map is. No. We lost the map, guys.
Goddamn.
We lost the goddamn fucking map. It's gotta be somewhere around here. Well, how the hell?
How the heck?
How the hell? Guys, this murder
Here
is
it
kind
is.
of hard to solve. Okay. So we would have had to go down this road, go down this road. Oh, the thing is, it's just like enough time to be able to do it. So I don't think the map's gonna help us out on that. How the fuck do we prove that Bones is innocent?
Huh. One thing I think of is the guy either snuck up behind her close enough to hit her in the head, or he was close enough with her to get close to her and hit her in the head.
Exactly.
This one is hard.
Fuck. Okay.
I don't think this has anything to do with it.
You look at evidence, talk about evidence. I'm gonna take a piss.
Ay, already.
I'm gonna think about the evidence we have at hand so far while I think.
Dun, dun, dun. Let's see. Phones. Here we go. Let's look at the call records. Because I remember someone stating that they made a call. But What we will check is what this fella's phone number is. 555-1003. Call date, call time, dial number. Of course, none of the dial numbers are in there. That's dope. Incoming. Received calls from 4 3. This isn't a phone number. What the fuck? 463-555. Okay, there we go. 555-3927. 555-3927. This must be the stalker. 555-3927.
Did you crack the case, officer?
No, sir.
Fuck.
555-3257.
I'd hate to be a real cop.
Oh no.
3927. This guy, Rex Radcliffe. So I believe this is the stalker, I believe. Because, I mean, look at all these calls he made.
Yeah, let's look at the call log.
That's what I'm looking at.
Do you see anything that sticks out to you?
Well, some of these calls were answered by the duration date. I mean, by the duration, I believe. He's a janitor. So Rex Radcliffe is the stalker, right? Right?
I'm pretty sure. I believe.
See, the one thing about that that's confusing, though, is look. So first call lasts 4 seconds, then 11 seconds, then 4 seconds. Then it's just a whole bunch of seconds until this day.
From what number?
May 8th, 1998. From his phone number. I mean, these are all from his phone number. That's the whole thing. These are all from his.
Oh, what number is he calling?
463-555-3731.
Okay.
3731, which I believe is her number, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we
Where
can't
would we
really
find
know.
her phone number at?
Wouldn't know.
Where would we find? I feel like we could find
Oh,
it.
wait. Where's her autopsy thing?
First things first, in order to unlock the first clue, I think we should very first be trying to find out how the fuck this guy's innocent.
Well, yeah. But the thing that's sus to me is, look, like, this call lasts 3 minutes. This one lasts 1 minute. Why were you on the phone so long with the stalker? Another 3-minute call. 2:56. 3 minutes, 3. What day did she die?
She died on 5/8/1998, April 8th. Nope, May 8th.
5/8/1998.
Yep.
At approximately 9:30 p.m. So, okay, these call logs are going from the first time this guy ever called this number. The call lasted 5 minutes and 8 seconds. Then the second time it was 3 minutes. Then it was 1 minute. Then there was a few seconds, 2 minutes, 1 minute, 3 minutes. It's a very suspicious call log if this guy's a stalker. You know what I'm saying?
It's definitely stalker-ish.
No, but like that's what I'm saying. You like if you were a stalker, they'd all be like a few seconds because she wouldn't answer the call. And even if she answered the call, she wouldn't be on the phone for more than a few seconds, right? Right.
Right?
Let's look at these photos. Chris Adams, some photo of baseball.
In Bones's
Hey.
combat experience, he put plenty of street fights. Shout out Bones. Shout out my
Look.
man Bones.
This is a picture from.
Whoa, hold up.
Oh no.
Don't worry, it's good that this is the main camera. not the
Okay,
main-
yeah, that one still works.
Yeah, we got 8 hours on that one. Sorry, guys, I have to clear some footage out.
While I'm at that, let me just look at these other people. Jason Griggs, this is the neighbor of our number one suspect. Chad Hydesmith. I don't recognize that name. Cheryl Pratt. Chris Adams. Don't recognize those.
Dude, we just need to find a way to prove that Bones is innocent because we'll get clue number 1 and we'll be sailing.
Yeah.
Sailing. Rolling. Oh, what the fuck, dude?
This just doesn't have anything to do with anything.
It's gotta be in like the autopsy report or something.
Haven Photography. Oh.
How long have we been doing this?
An hour and a half.
Actually?
I think so. At least an hour.
For questions or support, please visit Unsolved.
No, we don't need that. But because there's gotta be something.
It would be
in
fucked
here.
up if we didn't finish this in the Halloween special.
So true.
If
but
we
it-
just gave up.
it'd be perfect. I'm trying to. There's gotta be something that proves that this guy is innocent. Because I believe he's innocent.
Yeah, we were saying that from the start before we.
This
even knew the
Stason
objective.
detective, the homicide investigator, yeah, Detective Stason. He's very suspicious
What makes you say that?
because he's been on like everything.
Well, I mean,
Homicide investigation, return to evidence.
you get
and
ass-
then I mean
you
I've
get assigned
I've
to a
al-
case.
I mean I know, but I've also seen him on several different things. So just keep his name in mind.
okay. What's his name? Jason Statham.
Stason.
No. Oh. She's a woman. The woman that got murdered. That's big.
I'm not gonna be able to solve this by
I
myself.
know. I'm just okay. Let's look at the newspaper. Oh, temporary road closure. Riverdale Fire Department closed Dale Bridge. Dale Bridge is the bridge that connects Rambo's to Tully Bridge and pedestrian traffic for 1 hour on Friday night to clear down a power line. According to reports, RFD on the scene at 8:45 p.m. and the traffic resumed across the bridge by 9:45 p.m. That means the Bones couldn't have possibly committed the murder because Dale's Bridge is what connects Rambo's bar to Tully. So the only way he could have gone there in the time frame to match the murder is from Rambo's bar directly to Grants Park. It would have been physically impossible for him unless he
For him
crossed
to-
a
yeah,
river
yeah,
to
yeah,
get
yeah.
to Tully's.
Good spot. So that proves his innocence really quick. But then hold on. Did you read this little slip right here?
No.
Because that brings up in 1995, Ashcroft, along with friend and fellow psychologist Jeffrey Breeson, founded a private practice mental health clinic called Helping Hands. She was focused on assisting children who struggled with developmental needs. A well-respected member of a counseling community, Ashcroft attended and occasionally spoke at various psychology workshops and symposiums. According to colleague Breeson, her advice was frequently sought by those who wanted to excel. She had a magic touch with kids, and everyone wanted to know how it worked. Community work. A beloved member of the community, Ashcroft was well known for her willingness, blah, 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 helping hands. Softball game in 1997 formed the Coalition for Children's Rights, a nonprofit, blah, 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 blah. Throughout Wilson County, ongoing police confirmed that they are questioning and investigating several persons of interest, but have not released the names or suspects of individuals under arrest. Detective Stason is optimistic about the investigation. There's a reason we don't see many homicides in Riverdale, because we always get our guy. Always. Stason again.
We proved.
So, but we proved his innocence, so we can open that fucking envelope.
Clue
1,
number 1.
bonus objective 1. All right.
Okay.
Hold on. Before you open that, let's reorganize all our.
Yeah, you got that.
Jesus.
Oh.
Yeah, you got that.
Here, I'll help
McBride,
you do that,
that's-
and we'll take a shot before we open this
That's
next one.
Bones. This is all Alan. Where's Alan?
Okay, this is stuff we actually need.
Where's Alan's
Let's keep
picture?
all
There you
that.
are. Alan, you're my lead suspect.
This
so
is
I'm keeping
Danny
you right
McBride. I
here.
don't think we need his shit anymore, really, honestly.
Because we have proved that he could not possibly have gotten to the bar in time. Imagine we open this and it says some other shit like, you have proved that he could not have possibly committed the murder because he is in a different spot at the time of the murder. It's like, oh shit. We didn't prove that. We
Fuck.
just proved that he couldn't get across this fucking bridge.
Okay,
You said you wanted
let's
to
take a shot. Let's take a shot
All right,
and then
shot
open it.
break. This will be a really cut up episode, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot
We're
of it's
gonna.
just us reading.
If you're listening to this and you hear cuts, also I accidentally deleted the first part footage for that. If you are listening
Are
to
you
the,
fucking kidding?
if you are listening to
You're
this,
just gonna glide past the fact that we've been going an hour and a half and we
I
haven't
don't
had
think
a
we've
second
been going
camera?
an hour and a half. I'll look.
Check OBS.
We'll cut
I'm like, cause I swear we started at like 5:15 or something.
We've been going for an hour and 13 minutes.
Told you, bro. It's pretty far up there already, and we've literally only solved one clue.
You know what? We're gonna glide through since we got this first clue. I think half.
Nope.
If I get too fucked up, we will solve this case in minimum 6 hours. That's not. There you go.
Sorry. That one was my bad.
You know what? That works. I'll take that. At least this goes down smoother than the New Amsterdam. If you people out there are listening and you have a hand in making New Amsterdam vodka, fuck you.
Cheers. Solve the first clue.
Best detectives in the fucking world. Okay.
So if people don't understand, we have proved
That
That
Bones
the-
is innocent
that
because
this
the
guy-
bridge was
this
closed that would have
guy,
allowed him to
Bones.
access Tully's bar at the time of the murder. The only place he could have gone is to Grants Park. So he is innocent.
So now we're just trying to find out who planted
That
the
means
ring
one of
on
these
him
goofy
in
guys
Grant Bar.
Did something. Okay.
But all right,
That's our next piece of
let me
evidence.
see.
One of the 5 suspects has lied about his alibi.
I know which one
Your
it
job
is.
is to find the
Obviously,
proof.
okay, we
Yeah,
already
we
got
already
that.
did
It's
that.
Alan.
Okay.
Alan is live.
See, I told you.
Yeah, so we already got that.
When you can prove a suspect's major lie about his alibi,
Done.
visit the page to prove it. If you're cracking the fake, we should visit the page to prove that we got the way that Bones was.
Oh
killed.
sure, yeah.
Prove it
If
right.
that's how we have to do it, can I read this?
Yeah, look at that. Look at both of those. That's what it came with.
So one of the 5 suspects has lied about your alibi, his alibi, which was Alan. I have his file right under all this.
Mm-hmm.
It's that guy. He has lied about practically everything in his alibi. When you can prove a suspect's major lie about his alibi, visit this page. After cracking the fake alibi, you can open bonus envelope B. So we kind of already solved B
Yeah.
while trying to solve that because we found out that Andy Allen lied because his car is clearly, this is his car, we figured out by his license plate number, at the party at 9:38 p.m. And he claimed that he never even went to the
But
party.
we found his fucking little faggot ass car.
But we found his car. Okay. And here want me to read this newspaper that we got while you're looking it up?
Let me prove because I'm almost there. Okay.
No, but this was for this. Okay,
This-
yeah.
Can you prove Bones is innocent? Did you know how to prove Bones is not guilty? Oh, we have to submit the 2 documents that Bones prove
Okay.
that Bones did not kill.
So it's that
it's the map.
newspaper.
It's the map.
The map in the newspaper with
Is that the
talk of
article?
town.
Is it the article titled? It's the one titled
Riverdale.
"Popular Local Child," the one on the front.
Oh,
Yep.
yes. Local child
And then
psychologist
it is
murdered.
the map.
the map.
Where's the map? Let me find the map. There's a lot of pieces of evidence in here. Let me tell you what's my. Okay. Click here. You proved Bones is innocent.
Yes, we did get it. Fuck
You
yeah.
found the article about Dale Bridge being closed from 8:45 p.m. to 9:45 p.m. According to the map, Bones couldn't have gotten across the river to Tully's and back to Grant Park in time.
Okay, now that was the first one, right? So, great detectives. We're great detectives.
Best
We're
detectives
doing
in the
awesome.
world. If somebody
Now,
actually gets
let me-
murdered, call us.
Let me read this before we put in the Andy Allen thing, okay?
Yup.
McBride cleared of all charges in 1998 Riverdale murder. Riverdale, thanks to a newly reopened case by local man William Bones local man William Bones McBride has been fully cleared on all charges in the decades-old homicide of revered child psychologist Harmony Ashcroft. After years of incarceration at Indiana's maximum security state prison, McBride has been released with no charges remaining to face. Police Chief James Vigg has made it clear that McBride is now a private citizen who is free to go about his business. He adds, "It is deeply unfortunate that this mistake has been made. It is never easy to pick up your life after losing so many years to a horrible error in the justice system. But we sincerely hope Mr. McBride is able to do so." From the moment he was arrested and charged with Ashcroft's death, McBride has insisted upon his innocence, claiming to have no idea how the victim's engagement ring came into his possession. But an independent investigator brought new evidence to police to free McBride. That was us, baby. The Dale Bridge was closed the night of the murder from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m., and since Mr. McBride did not have access to a vehicle, he could not have left Rambo's bar at 9 p.m., walked to Tully's to commit the murder at 9:30, and walked back to Grant Park by 10 p.m. Victim. Oh, that's just a picture of the victim. The smoking gun evidence was the newspaper article confirming the time and date of the bridge closure found on the back of an article about the murder published in this paper on May 9th, 1998. After spending years in prison, McBride is eager to start his new life. He adds that while incarcerated was not an enjoyable experience, he used the time wisely. While behind bars, he received his GED and bachelor's degree with an eye toward a career in law. "I had to learn the hard way that the law isn't always on your side. I was able to help a few other inmates with their cases, and hopefully with the law degree in a few years, I can help many more." According to Vigg, "We're reopening the case, and I'm confident we'll find the murderer this time. We always do eventually." Nice.
We're about to put in our submit
Perfect.
for solving
So,
the second.
Our submit for that would be
Be the
Andy
file,
Allen,
the photo in front of the restaurant.
the photo in front
And
of the
then
restaurant.
Would
and
it be the interview?
Andy Allen's either his person of interest file or his interview? I'd put his person of interest because that one's blatant.
Oh, I think it's only one you could. Oh, it's not only one you could select. Prove it below to move on to the next part of the scene. Please select two. Okay, so it would be Andy's case file.
Yeah, just do Andy's case file. That would probably work, right? His whole case file.
Andy.
And then the photo in front of the restaurant. He's taking forever to do this, guy.
Suspect interview, Andy Allen. So click here to submit. What? Okay, so it's something else.
POI.
Yeah, it's the POI.
If you can find that. Person of interest, put
Percy, I found it.
Okay.
Andy.
Yes. Andy Allen.
Oh,
Yep, got
you
it.
proved Andy's alibi is fake. Great detective work. You matched up the license plate listed on
I'm
Andy
taking
Allen's
full
person of
credit for
interest
that.
document with the
I
license
am
plate on the
taking
vehicle.
full credit for
in the
that.
foreground of the crime scene photo.
You
taken
found
at
out that he
9:38
lied
p.m.
right off rip, and then I read way into it and found out that he was lying about everything.
Okay.
So let's go. Good job.
Another shot because we made another major break in the fucking case.
So we literally sailed through objective number 2.
Yeah.
That one was super easy
Okay,
because we
see.
already had solved it.
We solved
technically.
objective 2 before we even solved objective
Yeah,
1.
on accident too. That's crazy. I
We'll
think
wait
that's
to
how we
open
did
it
it
till
the
we take a
first time
shot.
we did one of these things too. We did it all backwards. But
Yeah.
then ends up objective 3 is always like really hard.
Really quick, I would just like to take a moment to very much make it clear that we are not sponsored by Unsolved Case Files.
We do love these things.
These things are sick.
Like if you guys sponsor
if you
us,
guys
we'll
do
fully
decide to
take it.
sponsor us, We'll do a couple themed episodes.
We'll fully take it. We could do this for like
every Halloween for sure.
Every Halloween, but what's another? We could do it like twice a year. What's another good holiday?
How about every time a mass shooting happens?
No.
Okay.
Martin Luther King Day.
We will do them on Martin Luther King Day.
For real.
And Halloween. Oh, you gave me a fat one. Fuck! All right, guys. You're about to see me be a bitch
It's
with
okay.
a shot.
This will be our last one for a while, I would think. From what I remember about the first ones I did of these. I did one a while ago with these guys. It was a completely different case file, but I remember Objective 3 being the most complicated because you have to find out, obviously you have to find out who the murderer is. But my main suspect right now is this Andy Allen character.
I don't know, man.
He's been lying about everything.
I think it's the husband. I think they're trying to take us in a way. I think there's one more plot twist. Fuck you! I think there's one more plot twist.
Can you read this? I've been reading a lot.
Okay. What does it say on here?
Okay, let me read this.
Read that right quick.
Objective 3. Convict the killer. One of the suspects lied about something that seriously implicates him in the murder. Your job is to find it. When you find the other lie, visit this page to prove you have cracked the case, obviously. Okay. So, yeah, like I said, this one's just find the murderer.
Oh, this is a letter to us from...
Oh, cool.
Deborah Ashcroft. I'm pretty sure it's her sister.
It's her sister or something?
Yep. This is Deborah Ashcroft. The Riverdale police would not give me your contact information, but they agreed to pass along a letter. I want to thank you for your help with my daughter's case. It's been decades since it's happened, but I can't describe how difficult it has been. Some days are better than others, but a day has yet to pass that I didn't wish I would wake up from my nightmare. I am very glad that you've proven Mr. McBride's innocence. He's been living his own nightmare through the years right alongside us. I feel so much guilt for all the anger I directed at him. I'm struggling with all the resurfaced memories, but I'm glad some justice is being done. I hope you can continue your efforts to help find the real killer. I've always held resentment with Christian for what had happened. It's been hard watching him move on with his life, always wondering in the back of his head what might be different if he hadn't left my daughter alone that night. Assuming that really happened. I want to be happy for Jenny and him. That's her friend. What did I say from the get-go? Mm-hmm. I bet he's fucking Jenny. Yeah.
Very true. Good job. Good job. You said that.
I want to be happy for Jenny and him. Their family is so beautiful, but it pains me to admit every time I see them around, I can't help but feeling jealous. It's like their kids should be my grandchildren. If only someone hadn't taken Harmony. I was told by the police that you're looking into the old suspects in the case, and I think that's great. I want to believe that Christian is innocent, but I've always had my doubts, and there were a few other characters in Harmony's life back then I've never felt good about. Okay. I heard you're also investigating Andy Allen, and I just want to respectfully say that I think your efforts might be better spent on other suspects. I've known Andy since he was 6, and he'd never hurt Harmony. They'd been inseparable since T-ball in 1976. I included one of my favorite pictures from that team. It was one of the few times I ever got between them.
And was that the end of the letter? Nope.
Andy has lived through his own nightmares since the incident. He fell on hard times right after Harmony's death and had never recovered. I'm afraid false accusations against him could cause a lot of harm. I think he still blames himself for what had happened, but I won't question your judgment. You cracked open a 20-year-old case that police couldn't solve. I have a lot of faith in you to find the right killer. What you're doing is very important to us. Please let me know if I can help. Sincerely, Deborah Ashcroft.
So this is the photo that she sent in, correct?
Yeah.
And this is a photo that was in the case file. I believe, obviously, this is Andy, I would think.
Yeah.
Because,
it said this is a few times she's ever got between them. So this is Andy, this is Deborah. I believe.
I don't know. We'll find
don't
out.
know.
We'll find out.
But we have to convict a killer now. Something proves that somebody's fucking
our
really
our
lying.
top 2 suspects are Andy and the fiance right now. So we have to figure out which one.
For some reason, I
It
don't think
is.
it was that Navy SEAL guy.
So
That's just me.
if we're going by the logic that the bridge was closed, right?
Okay.
So the bridge is closed, and according to your logic,
Jason,
that's
he couldn't have made it
he couldn't
here.
have made it, right? So that means Andy couldn't have made it from Tully's to his home either, right?
Sure.
Unless he went, look, I just found this route. Unless he went all the way down, and because he had his car, he was lying about his car. He has his car. He can drive. He can come all the way down here and
You're
hit this
right.
road and go up this way, whichever way you need to go, right?
Let's look at the
See, that's the other
Admirals.
thing too. When you're coming up this road, you hit right where Grant Park is. So he could have stopped his car here, taken a little trail here or something. But to be honest with you, this Andy Allen guy is my top suspect.
Let's look at Derek Sivers really quick.
Yeah, we
just
haven't
because
looked-
we haven't
there's-
done that yet.
there's-
This is the only suspect we haven't looked
This
at.
is the only suspect we haven't looked at. But I'm very sus of Andy and the fiance, I will say, but more sus of Andy. But the one thing that convinces me is that the bridge is closed, so it's easier for the husband to get back home than it would be for Andy to get back home.
Okay, this is the Admiral's shit.
Unless,
He is also left-handed.
what does Andy work for?
All of these guys are left-handed. That's actually kind of crazy.
Not all of them. See, that's the one thing about Andy. He's right-handed.
Oh yeah.
That's the other thing about Andy is he was right-handed.
Yeah, you're right.
And I'm trying to
Give
remember
me the
what
back alley photo.
the back alley. There you go. Back alley. Do you want the body photo as well? There
Yep.
you go. Hold on. I'm gonna try to find. Can you try to find Andy's POI thing?
What do you mean?
His blue paper. Andy's. Is that Andy? Thank you. I need to find out what his job is. Employer Wagner and Bennington. Fire department. Okay. That's what I was curious about, is who he works for and
'Cause
who,
if
who
he
closed the
worked-
bridge. Because if he worked for the
People
people that
closed
closed the
the
bridge, he
bridge.
could probably make it through somehow.
Yeah.
But that's it looks like the fire department closed it. Anywho. Oh, see, this is what I'm
Really
saying.
quick, really
This is gonna
quick.
be the hardest one.
Crazy fit for your wedding rehearsal dinner, I must say.
That is
That's
crazy.
very casual.
That's very that's like you're just going out to
That
the
looks
night,
like not
going out
even.
on a
That looks
night.
like you're going to work.
Literally, you're going to the grocery store to be in a cooler all day or something. That's
Yeah.
a very odd choice.
Very.
But
Maybe she deserved to die.
Maybe the actors just sucked.
Yeah.
Who
That could be
knows?
it. That could
And I
be
also
it.
have a picture of the engagement ring, which I mean is important, but not really. I think the engagement ring is obviously the key because obviously whoever stole the engagement ring and gave it to Bones is obviously the killer. I mean, obviously, right? And I have a picture. I have a picture of one of the officers that you were suspicious of, Officer Kent Grayson.
Hold on a minute. Think about it if it
Unless
is Christian. Think about it really quick if it is Christian.
Okay.
When did they go outside? Find Christian's thing. Tell
He
me when they went
said,
outside.
Christian's thing is over. I think it's that one on the very, yeah. Let me see that. I'll find it. Yep, this is his.
When did they go outside?
Did you say, when did he say he go outside?
Mm-hmm. Indubitably.
Doesn't say a time on this. We might have to get the police interview.
give me
Because all
the-
this says is, okay, this is interesting, actually. Harmony, we've read this before, obviously, but Harmony and I went to the parking lot to check the Land Rover for my parents' present, but they weren't there. So I drove home to get the presents and left Harmony in the parking lot. So my theory earlier was wrong. I thought I thought it was suspicious that he just left without her, but it was he very clearly left her for he left her for a reason. He left her to go get the presents from his house and left Harmony in the parking lot to return to the party. She was 50 feet away from the door when I left. So
What time did he leave, though? That's the important
that's
question.
the important thing.
Because the bridge closed at 9:15. So
Time of
realistically, if he left like at like 9:02,
Okay.
he could
He
make
could have
it
made it before
over the
road
bridge,
closed.
give the ring, two bones, come back before the bridge closes,
But that's
and then
the thing
go back.
too. He got apprehended at his house. So he went from Tully's all the way up to his house, which I mean,
Which
How many
realistically,
miles is
you
that?
have 30 minutes though.
30 minutes.
Let's look at the witness statement form from Jenny Rogers.
And she was 50. I mean, these guys are both so sus, dude. That's what makes it so hard. Both of these guys are so
I don't
sus.
think it's the Navy guy.
I don't think it's the Navy guy either. I think it's either the fiance or that Andy guy.
Me too, but we could be putting blinders on right now.
That
It's
is
a classic.
true. We could.
That is a
We have to
classic
start
detective.
We have to start
move.
looking further into these other people.
Speaking of, can you hand me another White Claw?
Just take one of mine. I'm not gonna drink them. Who is this guy? Wally Big Dog Bryson.
I think that's the dude who's the security guard at the
Okay.
Rambo's.
I think you are correct.
He looks
Wally
like a
Big Dog.
security guard type. Big arms.
Big arms. So the murder, according to forensics and just the reports we read, happened in one hit.
Mm-hmm.
It was one very solid hit with a blunt object. They have no idea what. I feel like if we can find whatever this object was,
killer.
we'll find the killer.
Oh,
But anything I've read has nothing involved with an object except for Andy's thing about borrowing a torque wrench, but that was after the murder. So it doesn't add up. The only thing that makes sense is nothing makes sense because there was no object found at the scene. I think you might be I'm leaning a little more towards Christian now because
I think
the
so.
only thing that actually
This is the way I'm thinking about it. Andy pulls up purely
out
to
of
confess
love.
his love.
Yeah,
Be like, yo,
wants to confess his love
You're
to
with
her.
the wrong guy. Because that picture was taken. Hand me that picture again.
Which one?
The car
picture in
park
front.
one. That picture was taken at 9:38. I'm thinking he was leaving right then. He probably pulls up, confesses her love.
Hold on a second.
The incident took place at 9:30.
Sorry to take that photo away from
No,
you.
you're
by the
good.
way.
You're good.
See how this car is running?
Mm-hmm.
Can you try and read that license plate?
Hand me that magnifying glass.
Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. Can you? I couldn't read it. That's why I was trying to get it. But can you try and read that? Because if we can get that plate number, because that is exactly 8 minutes approximately after the murder. Right, so that would give someone enough time to go back into the party, integrate themselves, and then casually leave the party. Correct?
I'm really trying my best.
I know, that one's like blurry. I can't see that one, so it makes me think they don't want you to see it.
Yeah.
Maybe disregard that photo. Hold on. This is circled. What is this circled? This area up here. Do you know why this is circled? This area up here?
No idea.
Derek Silver. Who's Derek Silver?
Derek Silver is the Navy guy. Let's read his stuff, actually.
Let's reread his stuff.
Yeah. Where
So
did I put it? Right
This
here.
is the confusing part. She had so many men in her life. She
'Kay.
had her fiance, this
Derek Sivers. This is
Alex
his stuff.
guy or whatever the fuck
Admiral.
his name is.
I was boating with Admiral Joseph Otherson from around 8:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. We were together on the Kinsley River all night. We saw and heard of a lot of responder activity near Tully's around 9:30 p.m., but were unaware of what had happened there until later. His license plate, He drives a 92 Ford Bronco. So that's not his car in the picture.
No.
Okay. His phone number is 555-2766.
Hold on.
And this is his house
What-
up here.
what
the
was his
one that's
number?
circled. 555-2766. Okay. We're going to read the witness statements. First from Admiral Joseph Arthurson. That's who he was boating with. That's his alibi. Let's hear it. Let's hear it really quick. I am very familiar with Chief Petty Officer Derek Sivers. I have known him for many years. He was stationed on one of my ships, and with both of us living here in the same town, we've become friends. I can attest that at the time of the murder, Derek was with me. We were alone together in my boat on the Ainsley River between 8:30 p.m. and 10:30 p.m. We took off from the Riverdale Marina, traveled as far north as Port Royal Avenue, and then turned around and went back to the marina. It had been a stressful few weeks for Derek, and he needed a friend and a mentor to hash things out with. He's having custody issues with his ex-wife. In addition to having have been with him at the time of the murder, I can also attest for all of his flaws, he's made great strides at keeping his demons under control. As an individual who has struggled with his own issues, I know the road to sobriety isn't always an easy one.
I don't think it can be this guy, man. I mean, look at this picture. Do you think this guy could fucking one-hit murder a lady?
No, it's not that guy. It's this guy.
But I mean, that's the admiral right there. That's
No.
the guy that's.
Being accused? No, it's not. It's
No,
this
it's
guy.
not the guy being accused. It's the guy fucking laying down his shit right now.
Yeah. Okay, this is from Chris Adams. I don't know who the fuck that is.
I have a picture of him right here. Chris Adams. This is whose? Derek Silver's what? Sivers what?
This is a witness statement form from Chris Adams.
Okay.
He had pulled up to the parking lot with an angry look on his face. I asked what he was doing there. I would usually only see him picking up or dropping off his son, but I had heard through the grapevine that he no longer shared custody of him. He proceeded to rant about how angry he was that he served his country and he can't believe the kind of disrespect he gets from civilians. He then began raising his voice and screaming. I tried to get him to calm down, but he kept screaming. When Miss Ashcroft came to the parking lot to get to her car, he began screaming right at her, saying things like, "You have no right to keep me from my son. You will pay for this, young lady." She attempted to simply ignore him and leave, but I could tell she was scared. I have to admit I was a little afraid myself. I've had previous experience with vets who get involved in angry situations, and it's never good. There was a look in Derek's eyes that I had seen before in other vets right before a breakdown. I don't know if he did it, but he sure looked like a man with a lot of rage and nothing to lose. That's all I know. It's probably the parent pickup guy for his school. Yeah, look, he's dressed in like a crossing guard type of uniform. Stitch. Chill. Sit. Guys, if you're just listening and you're hearing like the clacking on the floor, I'm sorry. That's Clint's dog.
It's just Stitch. Stitch, chill out, dude. Go back to laying down like you were doing. Go.
Go, Stitch.
Stitch, go.
She might need out. You might let her out.
Yeah, can you? So right now, there's so many suspects. Gives me respect for actual detectives who have to figure this shit out. But this is interesting and kind of fun. Don't know the phone number of your landlord. I mean, I guess it's 1998. Can't be very mad about that. What's this guy's phone? 3927. That's not the phone. 3927 392. Oh yeah, this is the guy that called her all the time. Rex Rad.
Is this a stalker guy?
Yeah, this is the Rex guy. This isn't the Navy guy. I'm gonna pin the call thing to his.
We're gonna read the conversation between Derek Severs and Detective Man.
I'm trying to think. 86 white Chevrolet. Can't really tell.
It'd have to be a black car. Okay, you're Derek Severs. Pretend to be a veteran who just lost custody of his kids. Go. Will you state your name for the record, sir?
Derek.
Your full name, please.
How about Chief Petty Officer Derek Edward Sivers? That full enough for you? You want me to provide my serial number and full list of awards and decorations I've received during my years of service?
In a bad mood, Derek?
You could say that.
Well, I can think of a way for you to get back to your day in a matter of minutes. You could start by explaining a few things.
Like what?
You could start with a conversation you had with Harmony Ashcroft, a conversation that happened to take place just a few hours before she would end up dead. Would you like me to remind you? According to reports, you said to the victim, "You have no right to keep me from my son. You will pay for this." Does that sound familiar to you, Derek?
Maybe.
Sounds like you were pretty upset at that young lady.
I wasn't pretty upset. I was pissed. She testified in court that I was an unfit father.
I see.
Can you believe that? After everything I've done for this country, that's how I get treated? She just gives me her opinion about something that's none of her business, and the government takes away my son.
So did she pay for it?
I'm sorry?
What did you do to Harmony? Tell me. Here's this young, snotty lady doctor helping the court take your kids away from you. How did she pay for it?
She didn't. Not by me, at least. You should start by making a list of all the families she's torn apart.
Really? So it was just a coincidence that you had this issue with her and she wound up dead later that same evening?
Coincidences happen.
True. You know what else happens? Guys with the history of having a short fuse lose their cool and people get hurt. You ever see that?
Well, yeah, but
This ever happened to you in the Navy?
look, what happened in the Navy is not...
Answer the question. Please, did you ever lose your temper while in the Navy?
I was a different guy then.
I'll take that as a yes.
I'm different now. No more drinking, no more fights, trying to keep my temper under control.
What'd you do? Join a monastery after getting out of the Navy?
Like I said, I'm different now. Everything's different.
That's all you got for me? You're different now? With all the potential trouble you're in, Derek, you're going to need more than that. I have to tell you, that's not the most heartwarming how I turned my life around story.
Sorry, I got lost. I'm better, okay? I'm traveling with a different crowd. I know what to do when my temper gets out of control.
What did you do after the blow up at the clinic?
I met up with a friend and went out on his boat in the Ainsley River to get away from it all.
Excuse me?
I went boating with a Navy buddy, an older guy, decorated war hero, the guy I wanted to be when I signed up.
And if we contacted Captain America, what would he tell us about where you were on the night of the Harmony's murder?
That's Admiral, not Captain, Joseph Arthurson. 2 Purple Hearts, and he'd say I was with him on the boat. Just 2 guys letting off steam and sharing stories. We were 100% sober.
Sounds real great. Sounds like a real great guy, this Benedict.
The best. He'd do anything for a Navy brother.
Including lie under oath?
Ah, come on.
Isn't that the military code? Anything for a brother? Death before dishonor and all that? You cover for each other like nobody else would.
All due respect, detective, you're out of your league. That's the kind of thing civilians don't know anything about.
Really? Let me introduce myself. Gunnery Sergeant Jack Montgomery Stason, United States Marine Corps.
This guy Stason, man, I'm telling you.
We're all done for now, Chief Petty Officer Sivers. Don't leave town. I have a feeling we'll be in touch again after I have a chat with the Admiral. Damn, he dropped that shit. He was like, yo, let me introduce myself. I'm a higher rank than you, pussy. That's what he said, straight up.
So Stason is the detective.
Man, I like this detective. I'm not going to lie. I know you think he's sketchy, but I think he's good at his fucking job. He may have his unorthodox methods, but I agree with the general approach.
I don't think he has anything to do with it. I don't know about this other guy either. I don't think he has anything to do with it other than just being weird. I don't know, though. We haven't read his thing.
I think it's either the husband or Andy. It's either the best friend or the lover. One of those two. This, to me, seems like a crime of passion. Okay? Crimes of passion. The only people who could have committed those, to me,
Well,
Andy or the husband. Maybe the Navy SEAL.
Read through that while I go use the bathroom.
Okay.
Because that's the...
This is the evidence that we have on Rex Ratcliffe, the stalker that was stalking Harmony before her death. He is also left-handed. Big left-handed town, I kind of want to add. Big left-handed town. That's kind of throwing me off a little bit because it's like, yo, why are all yours? Like, I get it, but I don't. His individual statement is very, very, very short. It reads, I was at home the whole time. I got home from work around 9 p.m. and stayed in my apartment all night. The only people who could vouch for him are his landlord, Miss McCoy, whose phone number he doesn't know. And yeah, he drives a 86 Chevrolet Chevette that is white with a license plate 34V1287. So yeah. His phone number is 0299116875. We're going to read the witness statement forms. This one is from his landlord. Okay. The first time I met Miss Ratliff was when he came to arrange renting the apartment above me. I immediately noted that he seemed very uneasy, but I did not find any problem with his past that would have made him ineligible for rent. He didn't have much of a rental history, but at least we were not made aware of any priors on outstanding warrants for his arrest. In my defense, they write these in. They wrote this one in cursive. All right, suck my dick, Miss Louise McCoy, who's an entirely fictional person. They just wrote this one in cursive because I assume she's old. Fuck you. It's hard to read. Okay. I've noted in my diary that on April 26th, we had a problem with Mr. Ratliff. It was the first time of any kind of encounter with him. The nature of the problem was that the tenant, Mr. Ratliff, was that he was exceeding an acceptable volume of noise within his unit. This violation is one that is taken very seriously as I need my rest to stay healthy. Prior to this situation, we had never had a major problem with Mr. Ratliff. There were a few occasions of loud noises that I was able to hear, mainly due to being located directly under his apartment, but none of these occasions required action on my part. This is a statement from Cheryl Pratt. I don't know who the fuck that is. Find her picture right now. Display it for
This lady right there.
she looks like Karen. Okay. I've had contact with Rex Ratcliffe in my job as an office manager of Helping Hands Mental Health Clinic. I can vividly remember his face and that look on his face. I would describe his look as predatory. Our first contact took place when he made his first call to the clinic. I don't recall the exact date. My memory of talking to him was that he made me uncomfortable. We obviously have many clients who suffer a wide range of mental health problems, but Mr. Ratliff seemed to be on edge more than most. Mr. Ratliff began by telling me a few basic things about his mental health state. He mentioned that he was feeling depressed and lonely, but he seemed uncomfortable about sharing more specific details. He mentioned that he needed to see Harmony. This time I told him that Harmony was a child psychologist and that he was free to set up an appointment with Dr. Breeson, the other psychologist in our clinic. He immediately became irate. I then tried to work with him on a few other options. I mentioned that I could possibly refer him to another clinic, but once again, this made him upset. He told me that it was important that he see Harmony before it was too late. I then asked what he meant by that, and he hung up. Holy shit, there's a lot of witness statement forms. And here we have another one from Cheryl Pratt. Oh, wait, no, that's the same one. I'm retarded. Okay. You are some weird stalker guy who wants to see a woman get into character.
Hold on.
You in character?
Okay.
Good morning. Please state your name for our records.
Rex Radcliffe. Why am I here?
Okay, Ratliff. Were you born on the 14th of March, 1973?
Are you going to tell me what's going on? Yeah, that's my birthday.
Ratliff, what do you do for a living?
I work at a gym. I mop and stuff. Clean up. What do you want from me?
I work at... Oh, the woman who was murdered Friday night, Harmony Ashcroft. How'd you know her?
I didn't.
Well, why would anybody think you did? I need a verbal reply, Ratliff. The microphone can't record a shoulder shrug.
I don't know why I'm here.
Bad plan, Ratliff. Here's the thing. I know why you're a suspect, and you know why you're a suspect. You know who else knows why you're a suspect?
No.
The name Cheryl Pratt ring a bell?
No.
Well, she has a pretty good idea of who you are. She's the office manager at Helping Hands Mental Health Clinic. You're pretty familiar with that place, right?
Maybe.
According to Miss Pratt, you've been calling several times a day, demanding to see Harmony. Isn't that right?
I don't know.
What was that?
It doesn't matter now, does it?
Because you killed her?
No, because she's dead. I had to let her go.
Talk to me, Ratliff. Why'd you need to call that place so many times? Do you mean to pull out a call log to remind you? Don't play stupid on me. Okay, here we go. April 27th, 5 calls. April 28th, 3 calls. April 29th, 3 more calls. And 3 more the next day. This starting to sound similar to you?
I was calling because I needed help. She's a therapist and I needed help. Is that illegal? I just wanted to see her before.
Before she got married? You couldn't let another man have her precious Harmony. Could you? Maybe it will jog your memory if we fast forward to the last few days before the murder. May 6th, 8 calls. May 7th, 9 calls.
So I called her. So I called her office. Don't make me a killer.
Makes you a stalker, though, don't it? May 8th, the day of the murder. You called 10 times, Ratliff. You called 10 times, but they wouldn't pick up, would they?
I needed help. It was too late. I needed help. I needed help from Harmony. You wouldn't understand. It had to be her. It's just, you wouldn't understand.
Just say it, Ratliff. Just say the words. Stop talking in riddles and just tell me you killed Harmony Ashcroft.
No, I didn't hurt anybody.
Say it. You left work and went to the clinic.
I needed help. I needed to stop the pain, stop the voices.
Then you followed her to the restaurant.
No.
You waited in the parking lot outside Tully's, didn't you? Just waiting for your chance. How many hours were you hiding there, Ratliff? What was going through your head?
I didn't do... That's not what happened.
When she walked out the back door, your moment arrived. Tell me, Ratliff, when her fiance left her all alone out back there, did you try to talk to her first, or did you just attack?
No, it wasn't me.
Stop playing, Ratliff. We talked to Cheryl at the clinic. You're lying.
Stop. Stop yelling at me. I wasn't there.
Just say the words. Tell us what really happened and we can get on with this. You can get a lawyer, put together an insanity plea, whatever you want, but this isn't helping. This is you lying. It's not helping you, Ratliff. You're not fooling me.
It wasn't me. I needed her help. She's a therapist and I needed her help.
I know you killed her, Ratliff. You can't hide behind all the psychotherapy bull. You could have found another therapist. We know you showed up at that clinic threatening her. Just tell me you did it. No more screaming. No more games. We'll get you help.
I tried to get help. I tried to make the voices stop. I saw Harmony in the brochure and I knew she could make my mother's voices stop.
Ratliff, what happened that night? Talk to me.
I told you already. I was at home the whole time. I told you already. I was at home the whole time. My mother was murdered on May 8th, 1978. My stepdad hit her in the face with a baseball bat. I found her. Look it up. You'll see. Harmony looked just like my mother, and I just had to hear her voice.
You better hope it checks out. Is there anyone who could confirm you were at home?
No, I was alone. Miss McCoy, maybe. I don't know.
Who's Miss McCoy?
My landlady lives under me.
This isn't time for guessing, Ratliff. Will your landlady confirm that you were at home all evening long? Yes or no?
I think so. I don't know. Don't know how good her memory is. She's old.
You better hope she can. Next time I bring you back here, I'm not going to go nice.
Maybe we should have been looking at this guy a little more closely.
Yeah, low-key.
His mother was murdered the exact same way this girl was murdered, and apparently, according to him, she looked.
Sounded and looked just like them.
Yes. And this is a picture of Miss McCoy. That was brought up, right?
Yeah.
Miss McCoy.
She old as hell. Look how old she is.
She lives right under him.
She old as fuck. Okay, we've looked at all of our suspects. We looked at all of the evidence. I think we have about maybe, let me check.
I have. See, now this guy is super suspect in my mind.
We have about maybe like 20 minutes to solve this.
Where's the magnifying glass?
Magnifying glass would be right.
Just can't see it.
I couldn't, dude. I tried my fucking best and I just couldn't see
May
shit.
8th. So this is exactly 20 years after the murder of his
Officially
mother.
lost the magnifying glass.
No baseball bat.
Oh.
Right there. No baseball bat was ever found.
Sorry to our listeners if you can hear the paper rustling and the cans clinking.
It's fine.
It's fine. If you're listening to this, watch it instead. It'll be much better. Promise.
Man or woman of considerable strength or height.
You know we need to solve this since it's a Halloween special?
Shoe size, dominant left hand. He is left-handed.
You know we need to solve this since it's a Halloween special?
What's that?
Guess.
A nice water.
No.
And he works at a gym. 4 years.
Who could it be? Who could it be? My bet, for some reason, is just on Christian, dude. I think it's him. I really think it's him.
That makes the most sense because, I mean, Rex Radcliffe guy very obviously could have done it. It seems like he's the most likely to do it. But there's just no evidence pointing that he was there at all.
Whoever did this is a legitimate psychopath.
Yes.
And planted the evidence on Bones. My man Bones. Sunglasses are coming off. We have to be serious right now. I'm kind of fucked up.
See, my question still is, why are these phone calls so long?
You analyze the evidence. I'm going to take a piss.
Don't take too long.
I won't.
Fucking 36. Third goddamn piss.
Second.
Let's see here. Oh. I am trying to find anything that could link. Maybe this newspaper clip will have some. After spending years in prison, McBride is eager to start his new life. He got his GED, had to learn the hard way the law. Yeah, all this says is just random. It's just about McBride getting freed. I don't think that has anything to do with it. These are all the phone logs. Finger size 6.
You solved it yet?
No. I don't know, man. There's so much goddamn evidence pointing to so many people.
In around about 20
One
minutes.
of the suspects lied about something that seriously implicates him in the murder. So someone lied about something other than Andy, because that one was already figured out.
Yep.
So someone else lied. But who?
I think we should take a serious look at Christian again.
Go for it. Yeah.
I just gotta fuck. Solving a case in real life would be so hard. This makes me
Where's
respect
that
real cops so much
statement from Admiral Joseph? You were reading one of those, right? Can I read that yet?
Yep.
Let me take that while you look into this guy.
I think we should look at the newspaper clippings again.
Yeah, I mean, I believe this guy, Derek Sivers, is innocent. Because he has this admiral attesting, saying everything he said is true. Who is this guy? Chris Highsmith.
Ooh. I have a traffic detour on here. Okay, let's look at this really quick. I have a traffic detour on here, right under the temporary road closure.
Okay.
Due to construction that began last blank on Gate Street, all traffic is being directed to the north through Acorn Street.
Acorn Street.
Acorn Street is... Where is Acorn Street? Do you see Acorn Street? What the fuck?
Acorn Street.
Okay, it's weird that's all throughout the Derek Sivers apartment.
I just said he was innocent. He is innocent.
So
the
the construction was being done on Gate Street. I don't think that has anything to do with anything, honestly.
Damn it.
Where's the other newspaper article? That little one that you had.
What?
That little newspaper article you had.
Which one? This one about him being freed? There's nothing in there. I went through that already.
It's so funny. They make Bones look like fucking straight up, like literally that's Malcolm X, bro.
Yeah.
That's so funny to me. Okay, no, that other article about
I do not know.
William Bones murder, convicted, this, that, and the other. Next Halloween special, we will have a bulletin board in red yarn that we will do like the classic little boopity doop. You know? It'll be chill. I found it. No, I didn't. I did not find it. This is difficult, Clint. I'm not going to lie to you.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Chad Highsmith? I'm pretty sure that's the dude that
That's Chris Adams.
did we... Read.
There. Chad Highsmith. I've known Andy for about 3 years. It's one of the nicest guys.
That's just Andy's friend. I already read that. Basically saying like, yeah, like he's in love with Harmony. We're gonna get a hint. Because I remember going to this website before and it doesn't exactly give you like straight up exactly what it is, but it gives you a hint. Oh, there's a hint on here. This information does not prove he is the killer, but it is very suspicious and will help the prosecution secure a conviction. Okay. I'm talking to I'm talking to the bot right now
Oh, dope.
because we need to solve this in like 20 minutes. Sorry guys for cheating. That's just the way it goes sometimes, you know. Sorry about it.
Okay, Stitch.
Go. Okay.
Thank you.
They're sending me. The answer key provides up to... We don't have an answer key. What the hell? Hint number 1. Don't listen to Miss Ashcroft's advice about Andy. Miss Ashcroft had good things to say about Andy in her letter, but she doesn't know what you know.
That's what
Trust
I'm
your
saying.
gut detective.
Thank you. Okay, so I genuinely do think it's this Andy guy.
Okay.
Because
Andy lied about something significant on the top half of his person of interest sheet. It's not one of the 2 documents you're looking for, but if you know what he lied about, you'll crack the case. It's obviously his right-hand dominance. He's obviously left-handed. So he lied about being right-handed.
Okay.
How do we know that he lied about being right-handed, though? How do we know? That's my question.
Mm-hmm.
Ask my question, mate.
In the top half of his, or maybe it's his. Well, I mean, it could also be his car because he also lied about his car not being there.
Yeah, but we found out that he's not lying about his car because his car was actually there.
But he was lying about the car.
Yeah, but we already found that out.
Yeah.
That was objective number 1. No, objective number 2. Third hint.
Size 12.
One of the 2 documents you need is the coroner's report. There's a detail in the coroner's report that seemed to make Andy appear innocent, but only because he lied about himself in the person of interest sheet.
So it is the right hand thing.
Yes.
So it has to be. But how do we know that? How do you know
There has
that?
to be a document that
So,
Andy says
okay.
kind of hints at the
Yeah,
fact that he's
let's-
maybe left-handed.
Let's grab everything related to Andy right now. Andy, this guy Chad.
Person of interest sheet for Christian Peterson. Don't need that.
Don't need this, don't need this, don't need this, don't need this. Don't need the kill log, or the call log, sorry. Don't need this. This.
Don't need this.
Don't need this. Don't need this.
Don't need this.
I'll keep the map.
We'll keep the pictures of
This.
him and Andy. Oh shit! What glove is he wearing?
Oh
What
my
fucking
god!
glove
You're
is
so
he wearing?
right. You're so
What glove
good.
is he wearing? Left fucking handed. That's
No,
a
no,
left.
no, no, no. So
It's
it's this. Wait. Where's the other picture
It's
of them
him.
in the baseball?
Yeah, I think it's him.
I think
Let's
you were
find the other
right
baseball
with
picture.
this taller kid. I think you were right. Where's the other baseball picture?
Find the other baseball
I
picture.
think I just saw it. No, fuck.
It's got to be in here somewhere.
It's here somewhere. I might have just moved it to the side there.
Fuck! Did I throw it off to the side?
might have.
Maybe. Baseball picture. Baseball picture. Baseball picture. Baseball picture.
Oh, here it is. Here it is.
What hand?
Oh, you can't tell him that one.
Left
But-
hand.
No, that's what I'm saying. But that's the thing. That's your catching glove. So he's throwing with his right hand. But on this kid, he's catching with his right hand and throwing with his left hand, which means he's left-handed.
Left-handed.
So I think that's the key.
I think that's the
Put
key.
that in. Put that
Okay.
in. Good catch right there. Good fucking catch. Andy Allen, is there one of these kids wearing glasses at some point? Like, how are you supposed to tell that this kid is Andy?
I think it's Andy. We're just gonna try it.
Where's the note from that lady?
Okay, so it's what is it? It's the coroner's report.
The coroner's report that says it was a left-handed, I think. I don't fucking know.
And then the picture. Let's try it. Clint, we solved the fucking case.
We did it, and so it was
You
Andy.
proved Andy is left-handed.
Yes!
Congratulations, your breakthrough on this case
Dude,
just made the
that's
10
so
o'clock
cool.
news.
So
Let's
just-
watch the shit.
I was just reading through. Hold on. I was just reading back through this note, and I was like, sorry, I lost the. I have known Andy since he was 6. They've been inseparable since T-ball in 1976, which is that.
And that's the
One
only
of
way
the
you could get
only times
between
I was
them.
ever between
So that
them.
means he's
So
right
that's
here.
Him.
Okay.
Good catch, Michael.
Okay. Let's watch this. We're going to be
Good
quiet
job.
for this so we can include this
Yeah,
in the
let's,
podcast.
Here, move out of the way so the camera can get it.
Well, I'm just going to clip it in there.
Oh, perfect.
In a shocking turn of events today, 48-year-old Riverdale man Andy Allen has confessed to a murder that happened over 2 decades ago. According to authorities, Mr. Allen confessed to murdering Harmony Ashcroft in the parking lot behind Tully's restaurant in Riverdale on May 8, 1998.
Well, not cheering for the murder, but
Miss Ashcroft was to be married and drew national media attention at the time. Allen's confession comes just days after the surprising release of another man, William McBride, who had been wrongfully convicted of the same crime. According to his confession, Allen approached the victim in the parking lot to tell her that he loved her. But after responding that she did not feel the same, he became enraged and struck her in the head, crushing her skull and killing her instantly.
with
Allen
what?
admits to then stealing her engagement ring and leaving the scene of the crime. While driving home, he placed the ring in the hand of a homeless man sleeping in
I knew
Bryant
it.
Park.
I knew he was driving too.
Was found by
Let's
police with
go.
the victim's ring and was convicted of murder. McBride
Chill.
spent over 20 years behind bars for a crime that he did not commit. Allen originally told police that he was at home on the night of the murder, but an independent investigation uncovered photographs showing a vehicle with his license plate at the crime scene. Allen also lied to police about being right-handed because investigators were looking for a left-handed killer. An independent investigator also uncovered evidence revealing that Mr. Allen had lied to police and had been left-handed his entire life. He switched to writing with his right hand while under investigation for the murder and has continued living as a right-hander for over 2 decades. When detectives approached Allen about the inconsistencies in his alibi earlier today, he apparently broke down and confessed. I will have more on this story later in the broadcast.
Let's go.
We
solved
solved
it.
the fucking murder. Let's go.
We only needed, 2 hints? 3
Greatest
hints.
detectives. Let's take a shot. A celebratory shot.
Good job.
Because what are we? We're the greatest detectives in the goddamn world, and we couldn't have done it without our FRiED mascot, Stitch.
For real. Thank you, Stitch. Stitch saved the day. The second I let her in, we started solving the whole mystery.
Oh, we did it.
I knew it from the start, bro.
You did.
I knew it was
See,
this
I
guy.
thought it was Christian,
But
especially once I found out
you
that
were the one that figured out that the baseball picture was the key, though. But we did think that this kid was Andy. But you mentioned it first too when you were reading through the note that this is
in
the mom.
between that.
Yeah. So good catch there. If I had caught on to that earlier, we probably would have solved it a little earlier.
Fuck Andy.
Fuck
no
Andy.
pussy getting motherfucker killed
For
somebody.
Little bitch.
I must apologize to Christian. You know, he was an innocent man. So
Yeah, you were on Christian hard, and I was
on Christian hard.
Christian was very suspect, I will admit, but I wasn't sure.
Guys, let's be honest. He just kind of looks like the type of guy that would do something like that. Oopsie daisy.
Shot glass.
Yeah, here you go.
Well, we did it.
Stop recording again.
It did. It turned off.
Oh, it's because it unplugged.
Oh, great. See, that's why we don't fucking have Stitch around.
You know what?
Whatever.
We will try to include as most of the top-down perspective as absolutely possible.
I mean, we got most of it, and then
Yeah.
like you said, you're just gonna screen record that clip and throw
Yep.
it in there. So I think we'll be good. But
we solved the case.
and this was also our very first Halloween special. So
This
cut
is our
us a
very
break.
first time trying to do something like unique within the podcast.
We're doing something different with the podcast. We're trying to go a different direction, try something different.
Yep.
If you guys liked it, leave a like. We would appreciate it.
If you guys have any more ideas for any creative type of episodes you want us to try, then let us know. We're
Throw 'em
open
in the
to all
comments.
suggestions.
Throw them in the comments. We're open
We
to all
appreciate
comments.
everybody listening up until the very end. If you were here right now and you didn't skip through at all, we respect the fuck out of you.
And even more, if you knew it was Andy Allen the whole time,
Drop a comment
and
let us know why.
and let us know.
And if it's because he looks like a creep, then I agree.
I thought it, to be honest, at very first, I thought it was that old lady, that really old lady. I was like, she's sus.
She is sus. She probably
Lady.
did do it, and he's probably just the fall guy.
That's what I'm saying.
Because they'd probably be fucking.
Because you would think, I mean, Andy kind of just folded under pressure there.
I need to see those prison call logs once Andy went to prison. I bet that lady's calling him all the time.
Facts.
She probably killed her because she knew that Andy loved her.
For real. But that was a good mystery. I liked it. And see, even with you doing it before, we had no clue who had done it. So, good job.
We did it, boys.
All right, cheers up.
Cheers. We solved a mystery. Happy Halloween to everybody who is listening. Soon we will have a Christmas-themed backdrop. If you enjoyed this special episode of the FRiED Files, then feel free to leave a like, subscribe, or save the podcast if you're on Spotify. We greatly appreciate all the support we have been given so far. Thank you. Stay tuned next Friday for another episode of the podcast at 4:20 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. And peace out.
Thank you.